Welcome back, guys. So from the last videos, I have firstly refactored this whole project to make it a little bit more easy to look at. And things that I have changed, I'm going to through them one by one. I have not added anything new. So this is just a recap or kind of saying a refactor of the whole project from completely scratch, you can say, kind of. All the things are same, but the whole project is now being structured quite properly because I have to add new things now. So the first thing, as you can see, I have added these use SEO metadata. It was before, no, it was before. It was already there. I'm not, yes, 9th November. Okay, sorry. It was already there. But as you can see, this thing is completely cleaned. This div is completely clean. The index, the page index, the home page is completely clean now. I have separated it into its own components. So the first part, if you see, it's going to be the background and layer itself. And in the background, the component is going to be home BG, which we will look at a moment. And the second one is going to be the black overlay on the top. So both of these are absolute because first this is going to come on top of it. This is going to come. And finally, this is the data one. So the data is nothing but a simple flex column, and that column will contains data one by one. Okay. So the first data is going to be the hero page. The hero page that we saw, if I show you. So this is the hero page. This is the first one that we are going to look at. And it's again, the outer container is absolute now because it's lying on top of this background, layer. But inside it's everything is going to be now laid one after the other, column wise. So first column, then if I have to add something else, for example, if I say hello. So if you go back and we will say it's like this. See, in the bottom section, you can see hello. And similarly, we can add more things. Now, so let's look at the home BG for a moment. Home BG, I have again cleaned it a little bit. I have added the video tag and I have added few another attributes in this. So one is that play inline. Play inline is not. I mean, I could have removed it. Play inline is nothing but it is going to play in the container that it is given. Yes, it's not full screen, but it works. And then I have added a poster. So in case the video is loading, so this poster can show up because image is going to be loaded much faster than a video, of course. And on top of it, I have reduced the size of the video itself. I have now added a 720 pixel video because since it's going to be on the background, it's not, the clarity doesn't matter a lot. 1080p clarity doesn't matter a lot. It's earlier it was like 10 MB. Now the size is reduced to 4.5 MB. So yeah, it would be much better now. And yeah, the other attributes are similar as before: autoplay, muted, loop, and yeah, we have with full height, full object cover as previously it was. And yeah, it's absolute as I've told you again. Quite simple. Now we will look at the second one, the most important one, our hero. So let me go through it. In hero, as you can see, there is no absolute here now. Why there is no absolute? Because the absolute is in the parent div itself. Now inside it, it's very simple. It's going to be a flexible column, and the column is going to be completely height screen and width screen, and it's containing two items now. The first item is our app bar, and the second item is our actual content itself, which I have named it to Home Hero Latest. And also you can see most of the things are now going to be structured quite properly now. The nomenclatures are all going to be the Pascal case here. So everything feels more consistent throughout. So the primary idea behind it is like this is the app bar and this content is going to be below app bar. Earlier what I was doing is that I was taking this content and I was centering it completely. Now I'm not doing that. Now the idea behind is that I'm going to have an app bar. Then there is the whole space below this app bar. I'm going to use this whole space, and this content out now is going to be the center of this remaining space. So that's the idea. Hence, I have used this class flex1 because flex1 is going to occupy the remaining screen after the app bar is done. So in this way, not only it is going to look good on desktop, it is going to look on mobile, and whether it's tablet or laptop or small screen devices, smaller mobile phones. So yeah, this flex is going to take up all the space, and then we are going to center our content based on that. So if I take you to the app bar, take it to the app bar, the first thing is that we are going to have a width of screen. So it is going to take complete screen, and I'm only going to add padding in case it's a desktop or a laptop thing. We don't need the padding in the mobile. And let me show you both of these. Localhost 3000. Let me open this 3000 here as well, and I'm going to show you the mobile one. Let me take you Galaxy S20 Astro. So yeah, so this is the mobile one. Quite simple, and in again it's similar to the one that the last time we saw, but the code this time is much cleaner and all the things are much more properly aligned where they're supposed to be, so that the new content that we are going to add makes sense for us. Okay, so coming back to our class, if you see that I have added a flex and flex call. Flex call, again, it's going to be vertically. It is going to align our content vertically. But this vertical content is not, we need a horizontal content. The app bar is going to be horizontally aligned when it's in the desktop mode, and vertically aligned when it's going to be in the mobile one. So for that purpose, I have added flex and flex call, and as we have talked about in the last video, the by default, the mobile or the smallest one is going to be the flex call, and when we go into the large one, it's going to switch from flex column to the flex row itself. So in that way, we can cater to both mobile and desktop with only a small line, right? And similarly, I have added the item center and justify center to center the content completely, as I've told you before. In that, we have an image. This is our logo, and after that there's a flex grow which will occupy all the remaining space. And finally, after that, it's going to be our social, app bar social. What is app bar social? Now I have cleaned it completely, the social part. Earlier, if you seen my last video, you will see that I have added the links of every single social one by one. That is okay when I was initially creating the project, but it's not okay now. I have to clean it up quite well. So what I have done is that I have added the Pinia store. Now, what is Pinia? Pinia, let me show you. It's much better. Pinia. So the Pinia is basically a store for Vue.js, and it, in a very simple way, you can understand it. It's a store where we can save all our variables and everything. We can add them to a reactive way, and we can use them easily in multiple files, cross-reference quite easily, and our states are going to be maintained quite well. There are many other ways. There are many other reasons why you use a store, but for now, yes, I could have not gone for the store and only use it inside my file, but the Pinia, again, the Pinia or the modular design by approach is a very good one, because down the line, you never know what's going to come. So if you have everything in place right now, those things become quite easy. And so the having a store is very much a good thing. And so in Pinia, it's a social store. This is a very simple definition where we have named the store as use social store. We have defined the store, given it an ID, and inside that I have added all the social details. Ref, now ref is a Vue.js variable itself, and what it does is that it makes it a reactive property. So although we don't need reactive in this case because it's not going to change, but okay, again, it's better to align everything all together. Yeah, it's a much better way to make thing consistent, in short. Consistent in short. Yeah. All right. So with the reference, this is a type, nothing else. This is an array. It's an array, and the array is going to be of type icon and link. So I have added the type here, and inside each you can see there is a link, and then there is a there is a link and there is a icon for each of them. Now this icon is now no longer going to be in the assets folder. It's going to be in the public folder, in the public icons. So it can be easily since it was creating a bit of an issue when I was doing @assets, @asset, this referencing was creating a bit of the dynamic part was providing a bit of issue. So I said, why not just move it directly to the public directory, because the public directory, all the things in the public directory are as it is copied in the final output folder. So that even in the website, if you go through like the website noiseninjas.com/icon/Instagram SVG, you can directly reference that or directly open that Instagram logo. And okay, so where we were at components, and as you can see that I have also structured it quite well. I have added component, there is navigation, there are views, making things quite simple. So this is app bar, this is our social. Social is nothing. If you see, there is a grid. So I have created a grid for it. I have added 8 gap for 8 is basically simply a gap I have added for each item, and since there is going to be 5 items, I have predefined said that okay, the columns are going to be 5. We don't need multiple rows, so there are going to be only 5 social, so 5 columns. It is kind of hard coded, but yeah, it makes sense here. And all the items are going to be centered. All items are centered. Even I can remove that. It doesn't make sense, or let me keep it. No worries. Okay, and inside each of this, there is going to be again a href link, and this is going to be all dynamic since we have imported this store, the use social store, our Pinia store, and the store, and we in this href, we have what we have done is basically we have added a for loop, a view for loop, and the for loop is doing nothing but store.details in all the details in the store. In the end, you can see I have returned these details. This is nothing but a nomenclature of defining a Pinia store, nothing more. So we initialize it here and then we return it. So publicly, we know that, okay, this thing is available inside it. So in a v for, we have done this like social in store.details. So social is going to contain each item one by one. And this is a for loop. So with for loop, each item is going to be iterated one by one. It's a very simple thing. And okay, and with that, with each there is going to be image, and image we have an src, which is a dynamic array. It's going to contain social.icon and the href social.link. Key is social.link. Key is nothing but it is used for v4, and we just simply assign that okay, this item has this unique id, nothing more. Yeah, even if I remove it, it won't break, it won't do anything. It just to make everything organized, nothing more than that. And if you can see, there is also a class. This class is hover cursor pointer. It was previously as well, and what it does is that when I hover my cursor over it, it's going to convert it into a pointer. If I show you, so see, when I have, this is a normal cursor, and when I hover it over it, it's going to be converted into a pointer. And that's for the app bar social. In this way, we have covered it. And finally, our hero part. And this is app bar. And finally, it was a home hero latest. The home hero latest, what was home hero? This part only. The home hero latest. This part, out now one. And I have removed a redundant div here. There was a redundant div with content flex column. And because of that redundant div, I have to add the justify self center, or justify self center in each of the items. Since I have removed that redundant part, I also removed all the justify self center from each of these elements. And yeah, other than that, everything is same here. And yeah, it makes sense. The code is quite clean now. Everything is properly organized. And yeah, in this way, we can make sure that our next part is going to be super good. So yeah, once again, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. And please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any new content. Thank you. Bye-bye.